Hi, it's Nancy Schick, attorney, mediator, and conflict resolution coach in New York City. My goal is to keep you out of court and build your conflict resolution skills. So it's now January 2019. Holidays are over. So now that you've had some time to hopefully relax and enjoy yourselves, you're ready to get back into work. And that means for a lot of you, whether you're a HR person or maybe you're a business owner, you're looking at doing your W-2s and 1099s, right? And getting those out. This is one of the things that a lot of people in New York get wrong. So I wanted to go over just a few of my big tips for you before you send those out, that you want to look at the classifications and whether you have those correct. And it's not just about the IRS classification and criteria, but you also need to look at what the Department of Labor indicates as an independent contractor versus employee, as well as your workers' compensation administrative body. In New York, it would be the Workers' Compensation Board. And it's very, very important you get that correct, because in New York, if you do not cover people for your workers' compensation insurance and they deem that it is an employee of yours, you could be penalized $2,000 for every 10-day period per employee that you don't have coverage for. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a policy in place. That's one of the first things I tell every single one of my clients, is make sure you have just at least a base policy in place. Because then if you do get a penalty for misclassifying a worker, the worst thing that's probably going to happen is that you're going to have a premium adjustment. Whereas if you don't have any coverage at all, that $2,000 per employee for every 10-day period will accumulate very quickly. Most people that come to me for penalty negotiations with the state have already gotten a penalty notice of somewhere between $20,000 and $500,000. So you definitely don't want to wait. This is a very, very important issue. So three things that I want you to think about, and if this triggers some concern for you, you want to reach out and maybe do a self-audit and work with an attorney to make sure before you send those notices out that you've done this correctly. Number one, there is no such thing as a 1099 employee. A 1099 is an independent contractor, which means they're an independent business with a contract. So that is the number two. Independent contractor means independent business owner with a contract. And then again, the third thing that you need to know is those workers' compensation penalties accumulate at $2,000 per 10-day period per employee. There's also a penalty for not having disability and paid family leave insurance now. So we do offer that in New York for all employees. So you want to make sure again that you've got that right. If you're concerned, you first want to do a self-audit, but you may want to work with an attorney as well as your accountant. So let's take a look at that before you send those notices out and make 2020 your best year yet.